Good evening, and welcome to the University of Pikeville Educators Hall of Fame, the Class of 2018 induction ceremony. This is a special week at UPike. We celebrate the founding of this institution this week. We're celebrating homecoming, and tonight we recognize 8 exceptional educators. First day of classes was held at what was then Pikeville Collegiate Institute on September the 16th, 1889, when the institution began in the Academy building on our lower campus. Founded by visionary leaders who recognized the need for both church and schools in this region, these individuals came to this area and were embraced with open arms to create opportunities for the people of this region. Today, UPike continues to serve the region and far beyond with academic programs that have exceeded the visions of our founders. The UPike Educators Hall of Fame was created in 2010 to recognize exemplary contributions to the field of education. Distinguished educators show a sustainable excellence in teaching that includes intellectual curiosity in students, inspires colleagues, and makes students aware of significant relationships between academia and the world at large. This year's class of distinguished educators brings to total 103 individuals who have received the distinction of being a member of the UPike Educators Hall of Fame. Tonight we have a few members of our Hall of Fame in attendance. If you have previously been inducted, you're a member of the UPike Educators Hall of Fame. Please stand and be recognized. We thank you for your interest in and your support of the University of Pikeville, and we thank you for joining us this evening. Dr. Lori Worth, the University Provost, will now deliver our invocation.
Good evening. Please join me for a word of prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to gather here tonight. Thank you for the individuals that we are honoring this evening, their distinguished gifts and their talents and contributions, ultimately to impact the lives of students throughout their career. Thank you for the opportunity that they have invested in these lives, children that have grown up to be young adults, citizens within our community and throughout our country, impacting their place of employment, families as they start raising their own children, as their spouses, significant others, and community members see the difference that has been made in their lives by these educators. Thank you so much. Bless our time together this evening. In your name we pray. Amen.
It's great to see everybody here this evening. Thank you for coming out. I'll keep my remarks short, and for those of you who know me, I typically center remarks like this around a story. So let me tell you a little story about a little boy I once knew. When he was in the 4th grade, early on in the 4th grade, he was tested, and the tests came back really, really good. It was kind of like the K-tip test where you go in and you sit and you basically talk about everything you know, but for this little boy, it was the test that would determine whether or not he would be in the average class, the slow class, or the advanced class. And in all of the tests that he took, he did the very best that he could, and he happened to get in the advanced math class and the advanced reading class. And he was so happy about it because the teachers in those classes were the best teachers, and they were the ones that always had fun. All of his friends were in those classes, and it was great to be there. And everything went along great until Christmas time when his mom came home and said, "Dad and I have decided to buy a new house. We're changing schools. You'll have a great time. It's a good school, and we'll get you into a good teacher's class." So like a very excited boy, he walked out on the first day of school in February in a very cold state, and it wasn't very nice. And he stood there for 15 minutes until his mom called and said, Sorry, they canceled school today. The ice on the roads is just too bad. For 5 days, every day, he went outside and waited for the bus because he was so excited to see the new school. Of course, the weekend finally came and he was able to get to school on a Monday, and he walked into class and he sat down in the only seat that was left. It was the back seat on the left-hand side of class. And within 5 minutes, he knew that he wasn't in school anymore. The teacher in the new 4th grade had absolutely no control of the class. She really wasn't there to teach. She was there to read the novels that she really liked to read, and sat in the front of the class and did that. And on the very first day that this boy was sitting in the back of his classroom, the girl next to him got up, laid down in the middle of the aisle, and went to sleep. And that led to a yelling match. And no one got suspended, and no one got sent to the office. And the little boy sat in the back of the classroom at the end of the day and buried his head in his hands because school was out. So he went home and told his mom and he told his dad, and they were very understanding people because they were both teachers too, and so they tried to help him and tried to help him learn, but he struggled and became a behavioral problem by the end of the year because, you know, when you put a bright kid in a class where there is no teacher, the bright kid is going to find things to do to occupy his time. And he did. The next fall, 5th grade came, and in 5th grade, a teacher named Fern Tolan saved my life. Because Fern Tolan knew how to teach. She put me in the front of the class, and she pushed me all year long. And if it hadn't been for Fern, I probably wouldn't have made it out of the 5th grade. I probably wouldn't have made it into high school or into honors programs. Probably wouldn't have finished my PhD. But because of Fern Tolan and her effect on the life of a rowdy 4th grader who needed to relearn how to learn, I was able to enter a career that I have found to be the most rewarding in my life. And I know the teachers on the platform feel the same way. Because education is that wonderful opportunity that we have to change the lives of people around us forever. And I will be forever grateful to Fern for the things that she did. She's still living in Indiana. I still see her on Facebook every once in a while, and she is still reaching out and changing lives of people in the classes that she still teaches in her church on Sunday mornings. So thank you all for being here, and certainly thank you to our teachers. We're very proud of you. We're very proud of the ways in which you've impacted lives. Please continue to do that to the best of your ability. Howard.
Our first honoree this evening is Cassandra Akers. She received her bachelor's degree from Alice Lloyd College, master's degree in rank 1 in special education from Morehead State University, as well as her principalship certification. She served for 19 years at Betsy Lane High School as a teacher, coach, assistant principal, and principal. A highlight of her career was a visit to Betsy Lane High School by Bill and Melinda Gates and other members of the Gates Foundation. Please welcome Cassandra Akers.
I had to write a few things down because I'm not as young as I used to be. First, I would like to thank the University of Pikeville for this tremendous honor. I am sincerely humbled by this recognition, but any educator knows that teaching does not happen in isolation. This profession requires a love and a commitment beyond the normal 7 to 4 day. It is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week job, as teachers are constantly looking for ways to do things better for their kids. So having said that, I share this award with my parents, Garland and Nancy. My dad instilled a tremendous work ethic in me, and my mom was responsible for my love of learning and education. Without them, I would be nowhere. I also share this award with my husband, Ronnie, and my children, Donnie, Kim, Justin, and Alex, who are scattered to the wind tonight. But they have grown up inside my school home at Betsy Lane High School and let me drag them from event to event. Without their support, I would not be here. I also share this award with my students. All the students I taught throughout the years pushed me to be the best every day that I could be for them, and I would be nowhere without my kids throughout those years. And finally, I share this award with all the wonderful teachers and support staff that have surrounded me throughout the years. We all committed to do whatever it took for kids every day, and that made our work environment like a family, and I would be nowhere without all them. So while I thank you for this great honor, I think you can see that I share this award with all of these people, and please know that I have been truly blessed in all things. Thank you.
Our second inductee this evening is Renee Buchanan. She served as a teacher in Pike County and later as a vice principal at Mullins Elementary. She received her bachelor's degree in elementary education from Pikeville College and a master's degree and rank 1 from Morehead State University. She was known as a talented teacher, but also she served the gifted and talented students in this region as a coordinator at both Millard and Mullins schools. She participated on the district and regional gifted and talented committees. She maintained membership in the Kentucky Association of Gifted Education and served as a teacher leader in the district for the Literacy Design Collaborative with KVEC. This award is presented posthumously this evening, and Billy Ray Buchanan will accept this award on behalf of his wife, Teddy.
First, I'd like to thank the college for recognizing Renee, and also like just thank the college for actually being here, because Renee probably wouldn't even have got to go to college, because we got married young and she had kids, had a family before she ever started college. And if it hadn't been for this college in this area, chances are she might not would have ever went. But I thank you for that. She was a busy person, Renee was. She gave 100% of her time all the time, and her goal was to see that her school and the kids had every advantage to excel to their best. During her career, she also helped other schools throughout the county train that she'd received, and was willing to pass it on and make all the district schools better. Although she was super busy and she found time to read her Bible, she found time to go to church. She was a Sunday school teacher, choir leader. She was a music leader in the church. She was even a minister, and as she tended, and she loved the Lord more than anything, and that's a comfort to me and the family. Somewhere asked her once, said, "But you get tired of them following kids?" And she just smiled and she told him, she said, "The kids is easy to deal with. It's them parents the ones she has trouble." She loved the kiddos. Like I say, she worked around 28 years or more as a curriculum coach, and he read off a lot of stuff at the assistant principal at Millard. And she loved the Millard's faculty and Mr. Fields and his family, but she just didn't love them. She loved everybody. I know she told her sister there more than once, she tried to see the good in people, not the bad, because if you look for the bad, you'll find it, And it's a great honor for my family that you've done this for us, and we appreciate it. A lot of people didn't even know she was sick there. She hit cancer for 3 years, but right up to probably 2 weeks before she retired, a lot of people didn't even know it. But she made it through, and she left us this year. I want to thank you all for this.
For 22 years, Tammy Hensley has served as a teacher at Pikeville Elementary School. Her career began with teaching kindergarten, but she later found her passion in special education and teaching reading to special education students, where she has found her life's work. She's a graduate of Pikeville College and Morehead State University, is an active member of the Pikeville First Baptist Church, and several members of her family are graduates of the University of Pikeville. Tammy Hensley.
First, I want to thank the university for showing respect for my work and for the work that all teachers do by acknowledging us with this award. And I also want to thank you for letting me share the stage with one of my favorite people, Mrs. Sally. She was my high school senior English teacher, where she became more than just a teacher to me. She's a godly mentor, and she continues to teach me by her example. She's also my friend. And I want to thank her and my other friends who have encouraged me and helped me, who have inspired me, and who have prayed for me. Thank you very much. I'm also thankful for my family. My husband, Jeff, has been so faithful and steadfast through the ups and downs of me becoming a teacher and then the demands of being a teacher. He's listened to my complaining while continuing to encourage me and lift me up. And as a family, we're definitely connected to U Pike, as all of our children have had some kind of experience here. JC and his wife Brooke graduated from here. Aaron graduated from U Pike, and my daughter Kate now works here. They all have stood by me, supported me, even though sometimes they had to sacrifice so I could take care of my students. Thank you for putting up with me, for loving me, and for praying for me. Last but not least, I'm thankful that God is faithful. When I was in school here at U Pike, I carried around an index card with my favorite verse on it, Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I was a non-traditional student and actually gave birth to Kate over Thanksgiving break one year and came back and took finals. So God used this verse countless times, but I did not think I was going to make it. But teaching was where I was supposed to be, and God was faithful to help me then, and he still helps me now. I could not have become a teacher or continued as a teacher on my own. As they say, it takes a village, and God has blessed me with a great village. Thank you all very much.
As a Spanish and visual arts teacher at Johnson Central High School, Debra Lemaster has had an illustrious 21-year career in education. She earned both a bachelor's and master's degree in art education from Morehead State University and an advanced degree in instructional supervision from Union College. She was recognized by the Johnson County Board of Education with the Golden Eagle Award and was inducted into the Kentucky Association for Academic Competition Hall of Fame. Please welcome Debra Lemaster.
I too want to thank the university for recognizing teachers in this field. I think we go too often unappreciated. I'm very humbled to be chosen for this because I can think of many, many people are more deserving, at least I feel are more deserving than I am for this. But nevertheless, I am very grateful. I too have to thank my family. I am the first of anyone in my parents' family to ever go to college, let alone earn a degree from college. And my parents were very supportive. We didn't always have the money for it, but they were always super supportive of it. I began right after high school and went to Cincinnati Art Academy. And at that same year, my dad was diagnosed with black lung and was unable to go back to work. And we went from having a decent income to zero income. So my career in college came to a stop, and I came home and I worked. And after a few years of working, I met my husband, Kevin, and he has always been there to support me. And after 2 children and their son was in school, I started volunteering. His cousin, Connie Hill, was there, and I would go up there and I'd volunteer. I could do art. I would go up there and I'd teach art to the kids, and I helped the teachers do their pretty bulletin boards. And she's like, Debbie, you really just need to go back to school. You need to be a teacher. And so, the more I volunteered, the more I loved it. And so, thanks to her, I went back to school. I went to Moorhead. I majored in education, art education, but I also loved other cultures, and I minored in Spanish. I did my student teaching at Johnson Central High School, ironically. First year out of college, couldn't get a job. I was passed up for 4 positions in my home county. But the following year, I was blessed to be hired by Tremble. And I talked to him about it. My first year teaching was wonderful. I absolutely had no problems whatsoever. And he says he doesn't remember his first year as principal there being that easy. But I too was a non-traditional student. I went back to school at 29. And we talk about teachers impacting students' lives, and I know we do. I have too many kids that call me mom still, that come to Thanksgiving dinner with me. I've been to weddings and funerals and births. But I don't think the students realize how much impact they have on our lives. And my family, my kids, and the students that I've taught over the years, I know God placed me at Johnson Central. There was a reason I was passed up for those jobs, but because I was supposed to be there. And he's blessed me with a wonderful career, a wonderful extended family, from administrators to co-teachers to the secretaries, the cooks, the bus drivers, the academic trips with Brenda Porter have been a hoot, and have developed one of the best friendships anyone could ever ask. And I'm thankful that God put me there and put me in this career, and I look forward to see where he leads me in the future. Thank you.
Adena Sally spent her career as a respected and distinguished educator. She served students at Pikeville High School as an English and speech and drama teacher, and later she worked with the Kentucky Department of Education throughout Eastern Kentucky. She earned her bachelor's degree from Pikeville College and a master's degree from Moorhead State University. As a writing consultant for the state of Kentucky and a literacy supervisor for the Pike County Board of Education, she committed her career to becoming a champion for students. She's an active member of the First Baptist Church of Pikeville, and please welcome Adena Sally.
Thank you, University of Pikeville, for this honor, and I want to agree with the others up here that this is a very special thing that you're doing to recognize educators in Kentucky. Having a career that you love is a great blessing, and let me tell you, I have been greatly blessed because I have loved every minute of the career I had teaching. And for that, I'm very thankful. I'm thankful to God for the ability and the opportunities that he has given me, and for all the people that he has put in my life throughout these years. And I'm thankful to my family. I'm thankful for their support, their encouragement, and their love, and yes, Rick, patience, very much so. And I'm thankful for my friends who are very much a part of my family. And I love them, and they are also very strong support for me each and every day. I'm also very, very thankful for the people, the colleagues, the educational leaders, excuse me, that God has put in my life to teach me along my journey. But I especially want to acknowledge those students, because without them, it wouldn't have been a career that I loved. They challenged me, and they encouraged me, and they made sure every day that I did the best that I could do. And so this is a great honor for me, and I'm very thankful. And it's also an honor for me to share the stage with one of those students, Tammy. Thank you.
Jeff Shannon earned a bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degrees from Morehead State University. He's the recipient of the Alumni Tower Supervision Award from Morehead State University and was named the Tech Teacher of the Year finalist with Kentucky Tech, and for 3 consecutive years was named the Congressional Skills Education Program winner. He is an author and currently works for the Kentucky Department of Building and Housing and is an adjunct professor for the University of Louisiana's Graduate School and the Kentucky Department of Education with Prestonsburg High School. Jeff Shannon.
It's certainly an honor to be here. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Lord, in whom all things are possible. I'd like to give a big thank you to the University of Pikeville for this honor and having such a wonderful program here to recognize our educators. The education profession can sometimes seem like a thankless profession at times, so it is very thoughtful to have something like this in our area. I'd like to thank my wife, Michelle, my daughter, Riley, my 5-month-old son, Lincoln, who was born on my 40th birthday this year. I'd like to thank them for putting up with things like me completing doctorate programs and serving on multiple boards and being away quite a bit. I want you to know that I love you and that I greatly appreciate you, even though I don't say it enough. I would like to thank my mom, who's always supported me throughout my career. I'd like to send out a big thank you to my principal, Linville Martin, who's provided me with a wealth of career advice and leadership opportunities over the years. It's been a great pleasure to teach in career and technical education system for the past 17, 18 years or so. It's been an honor to be a part of the Floyd County Schools team. I've had the opportunity to work with many very talented young people who have both excelled in the classroom and by winning time and again on the national stage. A personal highlight that comes to mind is that working with students and industry certifications, we had 43 students in our IT program last year earn lifetime industry certifications. I believe student accomplishments like this will serve them well throughout their career endeavors. I also teach adjunct courses for graduate courses in the education department at the University of Louisiana Northwestern. So I have been blessed with a unique perspective on students at the high school level leaving to enter into the world of work, as well as those at the university with years of service coming back for retraining and advancement. This contrast between the two actually has offered up a rich area for research. I'd like to end with this. As a teacher, you often run into former students out in the community, or sometimes they come back and visit. It's always interesting to see how they are progressing in life and career. The comments they sometimes make about how you made some degree of difference in their life is priceless to me. I'd like to say to every educator here, you may not hear it during lecture or labs, but you make a difference every day in the lives of students here in Eastern Kentucky. Thank you.
Steve Tremble earned his undergraduate degree at Pikeville College and later earned advanced degrees from Morehead State University and Union College. He was the first graduate of Johnson Central High School to return and serve as both principal and superintendent. He currently works for the Educational Development Corporation, but has been honored numerous times for his contributions in education. He's the recipient of the Johnson Central High School Hall of Fame Award, the Kentucky Association for Academic Competition Hall of Fame as Administrative Supporting Academic Success, the Kentucky Education Development Corporation. He was named Superintendent of the Year in Kentucky and received the Paintsville-Johnson County Chamber of Commerce Lifetime Achievement Award in Education. He has a passion for serving his church and his community, and also volunteers greatly in Paintsville and Johnson County. Congratulations, Steve Tremble.
First of all, I'd like to thank God for all the blessings in this life. He's blessed me more than I deserve. I want to thank you, Pike, and the committee for selecting me for this honor. Being a 1981 graduate of Pikeville College, now at the University of Pikeville, makes this even more special. It's also an honor when you look at all the names out on the wall there, the plaques of all the distinguished educators that have been put into this Hall of Fame, and also this group up here. It's just an honor to be a part of that, have my name up on that wall. I'm especially honored to be selected with two of the teachers that I worked alongside of in Johnson County Schools. We stole Miss Debra Lemaster from McGoffin County and Miss Emily Warren from Lexington, and their loss was our gain. Outstanding teachers, but also outstanding people too. So I really appreciate being inducted in this Hall of Fame with them tonight. What makes it even more special to be inducted in this Hall of Fame is that Mr. Paul Setzer nominated me for this honor. Mr. Setzer was my high school principal when I was a student. We've come a long way. He called me into the office and talked to me about my long hair one time. And since then, I was a teacher under him at Johnson Central High School, and then I was also his assistant principal for many years. He helped mold me into the educator that I became through his example. And the one thing he taught me, it was always children first. No matter what, we're going to take care of the children. And that's what he did. That's what I've always tried to do. I'm so honored and humbled that he thought that I deserve this recognition. That means more to me than actually being selected for the award. Also wanted to thank current superintendent of Johnson County Schools, Mr. Tom Cochran, who also recommended me for this award. He's doing such an outstanding job as superintendent, and in my opinion, he'll be one of the best ones that we've ever had. And I think you'll see his name up on the wall one of these days here at Pikeville College. I'm also so very thankful for my wonderful family and all the support they've given me over the years. It's always kind of been tough to be middle school principal, high school principal, superintendent. It's always a tough job. And my wife, she's pushed me and encouraged me and helped me to succeed and believed in me more than I believed in myself along the way. And she's also a graduate of Pikeville College back in 1980. And to me, she's the most beautiful person inside and out that I've ever known. My two outstanding sons, one of them's with me tonight, David Tremble. He is administrator of Russell Independent Schools in their board office, and he's married to my daughter-in-law, Miranda, and he's already 10 times better educator than I ever was or ever will be. And my son, Drew, couldn't be here tonight. He is a prosecuting attorney in London, Kentucky, and he is married to Christina, my daughter-in-law, and have two wonderful grandsons, Noah, 3, and Jake, 1 year old. Both of the boys got their brains after their mother, thank goodness, so I appreciate that. But, it's hard to be the principal's sons, and both my boys came through high school when I was a principal there, and they did such an outstanding job, and I was always so proud of them and everything that they did, and I appreciated them doing that. I was blessed to work in the finest school system, in my opinion, in the state of Kentucky, Johnson County Schools, for 33 years. Now, I always had outstanding people working with me, like our teachers up here and assistant superintendents and everybody that made me look better than what I really was, and I really appreciate that, and they helped me to have such a successful career. I'm really proud and honored to be a member of the 2018 Distinguished Educators Hall of Fame of the University of Pikeville. I think it's admirable that this college is recognizing outstanding educators that's doing the most important job of educating students in Eastern Kentucky. Thank you very much.
Emily Warren is a graduate of Freed-Hardeman University, and after college came to Eastern Kentucky. Quickly, she found her passion in teaching musical theater. The musical theater program that she has developed has showcased the talents of many students and young people. She was asked to teach a drama class and was not fully aware of how she would grow from that experience. She quickly built a program that is widely known throughout the region. She's developed dinner theater fundraisers that have become very popular events. She's also worked with the amphitheater at the Mountain Home Place in Paintsville and hosts the Johnson County High School Players for summer performances. Emily Warren.
Tonight, I would like to start by thanking God, who has blessed me with wonderful role models in many life lessons, some good and some difficult, which have helped me gain wisdom that I have. I also want to thank him for giving me the strength to face two of my biggest fears tonight, which happen to be microphones and video cameras. And while that is humorous, it is very true. I would like to thank my father, Chris Warren, who has always and continues to exemplify a strong work ethic and a true love for his chosen career. My mom, Debora Warren, who has always been my biggest supporter and encourager. And I can't forget to thank my brother, Josh, who for years on years teased me relentlessly, which gave me a tough enough skin to be in the field I'm in. I sincerely thank Jeff Jamner from the Kentucky Center for the Arts, who molded me from a teacher who enjoyed her job to an educator who loves her job. And my sincere appreciation goes to Dana Link, who collaborated with me for 10 wonderful years and taught me all of the things that college just cannot prepare you for, like how to properly deal with a high school student who gets a marble stuck up his nose. True story. Finally, I would like to thank Chantel Omer, who nominated me for this award. In this career, which requires an attitude of humility and servitude, I am often so focused on the needs of others that I truly do forget that I go above and beyond to help mold, educate, and impact my students. Knowing the love I have for my job and my students has not gone unnoticed by Pikeville tonight helps to rekindle the burning passion I have for the potential impact I can have on so many young people. Thank you all.
Well, thank you for being with us tonight to celebrate the teaching profession and these 8 specific individuals who have demonstrated in the classroom their commitment to the concept of passing along the accumulated knowledge of the ages to the future generation. You know, the University of Pikeville is dedicated to that mission. I noticed that many of these individuals received their basic teaching education here at Pikeville College, as Judy calls it, or now the University of Pikeville. And that's key to our mission. In 1889, 129 years ago, a group of Presbyterian ministers realized the need and established this institution, which has grown and developed and progressed to meet the educational needs of the region. And while we have grown far beyond the mission of education, it is still one of our prime obligations. And I've had a blessed life, and I've been honored in many ways. But I've had no greater honor than having the College of Education at the University of Pike named the Patton College of Education, because it is among the most important things that we as a society can do. And so as we go about that mission, we want to continue to work with the whole community because it's so important. You know, a Chinese philosopher once observed that the future of civilization depends upon its ability to pass along the accumulated knowledge of the society. And if just one generation fails to do that, that society would fail. And if you look at the history of the world, that's happened more than once. And so we here at the University of Pike are committed, and these people are committed, and you are committed to making sure that doesn't happen to us. So again, we're honored to have you with us tonight, and we're all committed to this process of education, which frankly I believe is among the most important jobs in our society. Taken cumulatively, it's more important than the governor. It's more important than the senators or the state legislators, because it is the future of our society. The ability to add to the body of knowledge and to pass on the body of knowledge to the next generation. That's what we're committed to, and that's what these individuals and practically everybody in the profession has committed themselves to, and I think we're doing a pretty good job. So to you individually and to the profession in general, we offer our congratulations and appreciation.